Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can see from Tyler's video, this is going to be a what's in my hospital bag for baby number 2. I am due now in just over 3 weeks, which is kind of crazy. I'm packing my hospital bag much later than I did for Jude. With Jude, I just had more time and I was so excited, versus this time when I went to the doctor's on whatever my last appointment was. I want to say it was Tuesday. The midwife, she's like, do you have your hospital bag packed? And I was like, not yet. And then she was like, okay, well, you want to do that. And I was like, okay, not you guilting me into it. So I definitely wanted to get it packed and done before my next appointment, which is in a couple of days, so that when they ask me, I'm not like, still not yet. I debated actually filming this video because it is similar to my other one, but I thought it would still be helpful because I am packing a little bit lighter. And I'm also going to talk about some things so right now my plan is for a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after C-section. I had a C-section with Jude. Even if you're trying for a VBAC, you do have to schedule a C-section, because if you do not go into labor by a certain point, they cannot induce you, because inducing you could bring on contractions too strong, too fast, that could rupture what they cut into your uterus to get the baby out. So if I do not go into labor by myself by a certain date, I have a C-section scheduled. So I'm going to talk about a few things that, if I'm not in labor by that date, I'm going to actually just pull out of my hospital bag, because I know the things that I did not need for a C-section with Jude. But we are hoping for a VBAC, so say your prayers, cross your fingers, manifest everything. I have my, it's deflated from being in the closet. I have my Fawn Design bag over here. This is the same bag that I took to the hospital with Jude, so it's getting very nostalgic. We're gonna start with my bag. Well, I'm gonna pack baby boy stuff in my bag. Also, with Jude, I packed her stuff in the diaper bag, but because Jude will not be at the hospital, I don't want to take her diaper bag to the hospital with us, and I have room anyway. First thing I'm packing are these slippers. These are just older slippers I have. Pretty sure Jude spilled something on them, so I haven't been wearing them anyway, but I remember it was nice to have slippers in the hospital. The next thing I am packing, bathing suit top and bottom. Nothing special. These are, I don't even know where I got them, but they're quite inexpensive and not the cutest bathing suit, because if I do end up using them, they're probably gonna get covered in blood and a lot of stuff, and I'm not sure I'm gonna want to keep it. So this is probably not the time to pull out your most expensive, nicest bathing suit. This is an item that if I end up having to get a C-section, I will pull out of my hospital bag, because I will not use it for a C-section. The reason I'm packing it for a vaginal birth is that my hospital has each labor room has a full bathtub, and you can get in with your contractions because water helps. And I might get in there full butt naked and not care, but also if it's not too intense yet, I'm you know what? I will take the time to cover myself up. I'm gonna bring this just in case. Next thing that I'm bringing are 2 nursing bras. I was gonna pack my sports bras, but I have been wearing them quite often now that my boobs are hurting. If you know me, I'm not a big bra person. I don't wear bras very often. If I'm wearing bras, it's normally a sports bra, or I'll wear just a cami like this. Even when my boobs got super big when I was in the depths of breastfeeding with Jude, I still just avoid bras for the most part. I just find them so uncomfortable that is not worth putting myself through that. So instead I grabbed these 2 nursing bras that I had bought when I was pregnant with Jude. I ended up, I don't think I packed these in Jude's hospital bag, and I didn't really use them at home either, so I ended up not really using these, but I still kept them just in case. Jude's trying to come up here and Corey stop it. Also, I'm sorry. Oh, Bishi. That's not really polite. You're in the frame. Bishi's here, and you're getting a little bit more of a peek of baby boy's room. Next thing that I'm packing are 2 diapers from the company Real, or Real, I'm not sure how you say it. This is the company that I get pads from, I got diapers from for Jude. If you don't know, if you've never had a baby, whether you have a vaginal or a C-section birth, which I did not know this, you will still bleed from your vagina. I thought that, I remember when I was going into my C-section, I was like, well, you know what, at least I'm not gonna be bleeding forever. No one talked about that, you still bleed. I don't know for how long, because I I think I completely stopped bleeding around 3 weeks, and then like a month or so later, I had like a little bit more of bleeding that I thought was my period. It was more than a month, but I thought it was my period, but I think it was actually still my body just like healing because it lasted for like less than 36 hours. Bring two of these just in case. The hospital does provide you with these like extra long, bulky pads that do the trick, but I only have experience using that after a C-section, and I don't know if I'd just be more comfortable in the diapers after a vaginal birth. So I'm packing those. Also, I have a little checklist, so I'm gonna be checking things off as I go to make sure I don't forget anything. I definitely recommend doing a checklist. Even if like you're watching a video like this, write down the things that you want to also pack on your phone or in a piece of paper. And so when you're packing, you're not like going back and forth between a video, you can just look at what you have written down. The next thing that I am packing is perineal spray from Earth Mama. I do believe that if you have a vaginal birth, the hospital will provide you with some. I don't know, because again, I had a C-section, so it was just not something that they provided me with because I didn't need it. And this is again another item that I will just pull out if I end up going past, if I end up reaching the date where I have my C-section scheduled. I brought some nipple butter. I brought this with Jude as well. I didn't use it that often. I personally, I don't know if I had like desensitized nipples or whatever, but at least with my experience breastfeeding, like I had a little bit of nipple pain, but never anything intense to the point that like I was putting nipple butter on like constantly, unless I'm remembering incorrectly. Next thing I'm bringing is from Freedom Mama. This is the perineal bottle. This is something that I had with Jude and I packed it in my hospital bag, but at the hospital I never used it because they give you this thing, like they give you something like this, but it doesn't have this curve. And so I was just like, oh, like it's fine, we'll just use that. And when we got home and started using this, I say we because at a certain point I was still in so much pain that like I would actually have Corey do it, like because moving, yeah. I'm really hoping to avoid a C-section because I'm so sorry if you're watching this and you're having a C-section. I'm not meaning to scare you. I've heard people have C-sections and their recovery, they say it's not terrible, but I've also heard most people it's pretty terrible. It is quite intense, so I'm really hoping to avoid it. But yeah, this we just realized works so much better. So I'm gonna pack it again and I will definitely be pulling it out. You might think you only need this if you're having a vaginal birth. If you're having a C-section, you're still gonna be bleeding down there. It doesn't sting. So if you have a vaginal birth, it's like usually stings there and you don't really want to wipe, so that's why you use the water. This is what I didn't explain really what this is. You put water in it and then after you pee you spray and that cleans you, and then you like pat dry. With a C-section, this is still helpful because you're so bloody, like wiping doesn't do the trick. You're bleeding more in the first 1 or 2 weeks. It's a lot more than a period bleed. Like don't think about it like that. Like it's quite a lot of bleeding, and so it's not like you could use some paper towels and clean yourself up, but I feel like that wouldn't do the job, and just you already don't feel your best. I feel like you'd feel worse than how you already feel. This is just nice to like fully get in there and clean yourself up. Next thing is I'm gonna bring this little room spray. It is lavender mint. I've just heard that especially when you are going through full labor, you can not like some certain smells, and I feel like this is a nice relaxing smell. Lavender is known to relax anyway. So I'm actually gonna put this in our toiletry bag, which I guess I'll just talk about that now. We're bringing toiletries. So with Jude, because I had a C-section, I got induced on Sunday, and then Jude was not born until Tuesday evening. And so we were there in the hospital and then like we didn't leave until Friday. So we ended up being in the hospital for almost a week. And so the days leading up to when Jude was born, I didn't take a shower. I was just basically in bed, but Corey did. And then after Jude was born, once like my mom and sister, my best friend came, Corey actually just came home and took a shower because I didn't mind being I wasn't by myself. I had other people with me, and we live 10 minutes from the hospital. So I was perfectly fine with him coming home. If I could come home and take a shower, I would have. But either way, I will be packing this toiletry bag whether or not I go into labor if we end up doing a planned C-section, because we'll be in the hospital for a few days. Everyone knows what you pack in a toiletry bag, so I didn't have to go so extreme. And this will actually go in Corey's hospital bag, which I'm not gonna show in this video because last time I showed his bag too, and it made this video so long, and I'm basically packing the same things for him. I will actually pop up like a little my checklist for his bag if you are wondering what to pack for your husband. Right now the checklist I have is for if we were to have a vaginal birth, and so we'd only be in the hospital for hopefully 1 night. If it turns out that I'm going to have a C-section, I might have him pack like 1 more pair of clothes. Other than that, like really he can come home. We just live so close to the hospital. Going along with that, and this is something that I will pack in my actual bag, I have this little makeup bag. I packed this with Jude as well. Ended up not really using any makeup because it just was not a good time. But now I look back at the photos and I still absolutely cherish those first photos with Jude, and I absolutely love them. But sometimes I'm like, I do wish I put a little something on. And so if I do get the chance this time around, I'm going to remind myself, like, even if you're tired, just do a little something. I am not, like right now I have makeup on, but I literally just have concealer, mascara, eyebrow gel and tint, and like a little bit of lip. And that's it. Like, it doesn't take long to do that. And so that's basically what I have packed. Oh, I do have blush on right now, and I packed blush. And I have a little beauty blender so I don't have to use my fingers and have to wash my hands. I usually do my makeup just with my fingers. I did pack eyeliner. I tend to wear eyeliner when I'm doing photos. I feel like it makes my eyes look better. I used to wear eyeliner daily, but I got kind of out of that. And the last thing I have in my little makeup bag is I have 2 combs. I've heard for a medicated birth, or even when you're just in like the earlier stages of labor and you get an epidural later, pushing on the combs helps with pain. Oh, I do also have little makeup wipes in here, which I did use with Jude because I didn't really get up from bed from when I got up. So the last time I remember actually standing up from bed was maybe Monday morning, and from then, like, I didn't really move from the hospital bed, so like my face just started getting greasy and gross. So I did use the hospital bed, the makeup wipes for that. Next thing that I'm packing is a robe. Highly recommend packing a robe. After I stayed in the hospital gown for a bit with Jude, maybe for like 1 or 2 nights, and then after that I basically just wore a robe, or I would wear this actual exact PJ gown. This is from Target. I got a size large and it fit me even with, like, when you have a baby, your belly doesn't go away immediately. It still fit me after that. And then I still actually wear this one. And it was just nice because it has buttons, so it's easy to like unbutton and breastfeed. One thing that I'm not going to put in here right now because I actually still need to wash it, I'm gonna throw it in the washer after I film this video. I have my going home outfit. It's just these pants. They're slightly knit, but I don't know if you can still see they're still like light, and just black. And then it has this top, same material, has these buttons to add a little something. And I got that from Amazon, very affordable. It reminds me of a set from Free People. It's a very popular set that's like more knit and longer sleeve. I can't remember the name right now, but that's like 3-4 times the price. And I just wanted something that if we take pictures, I'm going to feel like at least kind of cute in and still comfortable, because that is #1 priority after you give birth, comfort. And then also I wanted something with buttons so I can still pop up my boob and feed Jude. Wow, feed Jude, that's just like naturally what my mind does. Feed baby boy. I remember with Jude, my going home outfit, I brought like these pants that were creamish, and I remember putting them on and being like, okay, you can kind of see that I'm wearing a diaper, which who really cares, because like I'm coming out of the labor and delivery, like people understand. And hopefully no one's judging you when you walk out of a hospital, but I still didn't feel as cute as like I wanted to. So I remember this go around, I was like, I'm gonna pack something black and like thicker, so it's not as clear that I'm wearing a diaper. Next, shower flip-flops, self-explanatory. I got these from Gap for like $3. I will just throw them out after the hospital. They're not comfortable at all, but I don't want to put my bare feet on the hospital shower. I'm so sorry. Again, it seems wasteful, but it's just not something I'm willing to do. The last few things, phone charger. I think we're just gonna bring one, because I think that should be fine. And I did just buy, well, Corey bought like a pack of chargers from Amazon for like, I want to say under $10. That came with maybe 6 different chargers, because my plan is, and I would recommend anyone doing this, pack as many things as possible in your hospital bag, rather than being like, oh, okay, I'll grab that. Oh, okay, I'll grab that. I'll grab that. Like your mind is not going to be thinking of those things. Even with me, I was going in for a planned induction, and even then, like, my mind was not thinking like, oh, I should grab this last minute, I should grab this. Like, it was just nice that everything was ready and your mind can be set on giving birth. I want to show you this from Touchland. This is hand sanitizer. This is actually the one that's going to be in baby boy's room, which I'm in, but I just wanted to show this. The hand sanitizer I'll bring is in my little fanny pack, so I'll bring that because that has my ID, it has our like HSA card, and it's just going to be easier to remember to bring that, because that's one thing that I can't pack now because I use that on a daily basis. Not the HSA card, but like my license and stuff. AirPods are another thing that I can't pack, but I have to remember to bring them. If I don't, it is not the end of the world. Again, we live very close to the hospital. Even if I have a vaginal birth and we're only there for 24 hours, not having my AirPods is not gonna be the end of the world. So then I'm gonna pack, fan, very nice to have. This one is from Amazon, I believe. I did pack it with Jude, but I don't think I use it. I don't remember, but this one has 3 different speeds, and it has this little thing to hook. This was also nice because we put it on Jude's stroller in the summer too. So like, if you're wondering if this is worth buying just for labor, you might end up using it for your baby as well. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to use it with baby boy since he's gonna be a summer baby. And so don't feel like it's wasteful just buying it for 1, 2, however many hours when you're in labor. I'm hoping for a short labor for you and for me too, okay? Let's hope for it for each other. Then a pack of towel. I got these also from Amazon. They are very thin and not the best. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm just like weird about, like, I don't want to use a hospital towel on my body. I don't know why. I did the same thing with Jude. I just bought the cheapest towels I could find to use for a couple days. I need to wash those first though. I don't know, is this weird? Do you wash, like if you get items like clothes or towels or something from online or even in store, do you wash them before you wear them, or do you just like assume they're clean? Because I always wash them because they come from like a factory, they're shipped, especially from Amazon. I'm washing it before I get. No way I'm not. It's just like, you have to. Oh, the last thing for me, but I'm not packing in my bag because it will go, what was that? It will go in Corey's bag because we will bring a suitcase for his bag. That's what we did. If I'm remembering correctly, that's what we did for Jude. His was like a suitcase, which is nice so that I didn't have to carry anything. And especially if I go into labor, naturally, I'm not carrying anything. So it's just nice to have like a bag and a suitcase and you can like pop the bag on and like roll everything. And actually, you might have seen a peek of these things if you watched the vlog that I posted before this. But I am packing snacks for myself. This go around, I'm packing quite a lot of snacks. Again, I'm hoping to have a vaginal birth and you know what I just realized? Hospitals do not let you eat past a certain point, I think. Or is that only when you get an epidural? I don't know. I know for when I was induced, I could only eat past a certain point, and then I know also for my scheduled C-section, they said that like I could eat until a certain point. I have to look at the notes, but I might not even need these snacks. Anyway, just in case, I'm gonna pack these. Got these protein bites, peanut butter and jelly from Whole Foods. Got these BOGO bars. These are dense, calorie dense, and like just dense in total, like over 300 calories for this little baby thing, and you need your fuel. Why the heck would hospitals tell you not to eat while you're in labor, doing like the hardest thing you've ever done, and you don't get to fuel yourself? Very weird. I got 2 chopsticks. I got the turkey one. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'll maybe do an update video, kind of like what I did with Jude, about what I actually use. Last thing I'm bringing, a bunch of coconut water. I brought coconut water with Jude. I think I drank all of it. Coconut water is good for when you're in labor because coconut water has a lot of electrolytes. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything for me. We'll quickly go over the things for baby boy. His list is very short. With Jude, I went overboard. With him, I'm like, we really don't need much. I'll say one last time, hopefully I'm hoping for a vaginal birth and we're only gonna be there for 24 hours. With Jude, she was born Tuesday night and we didn't leave until Friday morning. So when you did, it ended up being a good thing that I overpacked with Jude because we used almost all the clothes that I packed for her. But if you were to ever go to the hospital and like you ran out of outfits for your baby, your baby doesn't really need to be clothed. They have blankets and stuff and swaddles, like you'll be okay. like it will be fine. I'm sure they probably have some extra outfits in there too. First thing I'm packing for baby boy, just a little changing pad. We did use this in the hospital. If I was just well, I think I probably changed Jude like once when I was in the hospital, if that, because I was still recovering. But if we were changing her on like a hospital bed, we put this down first just so she didn't pee everywhere. Next thing I'm packing is a wet bag. I have these because we do primarily cloth diapers. We do still use disposable diapers, but cloth diapers is our primary. If you don't have something like this, I would recommend bringing some kind of like laundry bag or plastic bag, because when we were done with his clothes, it was just nice, like just pop it in here, or like a dirty burp cloth, anything like that. We did end up using this. Bring one burp cloth. This is something that if I end up having to have a C-section, I'll probably pop one more in, because I know we will be staying for 2 to 3 days, and one burp cloth for 2 to 3 days does not sound like enough. But I'm hoping. These are from Amazon. These are the ones we use for Jude too. And you can probably hear Jude running up the stairs. Next thing I'm bringing is this portable sound machine. Corey charged this one up for me. We use this in the hospital with Jude, and like for a long time actually, because we use the Hatch when like she's at home, but when we are somewhere else, not home, we brought this, and it was very, very easy and nice to have. Next thing I'm packing, pacifiers. Look who it is. You're gonna mess up the camera, huh? Yes. You wanna say hi? You can say with me. Yes. Say yes. Where are you going?
I'm going anywhere.
Okay. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Next thing I'm packing. Look, Gibo. It's passies for baby brother. Yeah, passies. Oh. Yeah, pacifiers. Packing one pacifier in this little pacifier bag. The other one I will leave in baby boy's room. Jude is putting them in her mouth. She doesn't use pacifiers, but I think she thinks they're so funny. Just pop it in her mouth. Let's see what you see. Okay. This brand, Frigg, is the only pacifier that Jude would accept. In the hospital, she didn't accept pacifiers, and she did. You're leaving? Oh. She didn't use pacifiers until she was probably 2 or 3 weeks, because she just did not want to use any other brand. She is not a pacifier baby. Even once we finally got her to use these, she just stopped using pacifiers on her own around 3-4 months. And that was nice. We have actually yet to have to wean Jude off of anything herself, and I'm hoping baby boy's like that. Like, she dropped pacifiers by herself, she dropped bottles by herself, she actually self-wean breastfeeding. Like, these are all things I'm just hoping baby boy does that too, because I feel like that's a hard part of parenting. Last thing for baby boy, then we're gonna end off this video. I thought I was gonna try to make it shorter, but I can see how long I've been filming. It's just a long video, I don't know. I am packing 2 PJs for baby boy. This one is from Kite Baby. So cute, just a nice like deep green color. I'm packing this one for him. I think I showed this in a vlog I filmed a few weeks ago. I don't remember, but oh yeah, no, I definitely did. This is from Gap, yes. And it has these little bears, so cute. This one reminded me of an outfit that Jude had when she was a newborn, so I saw it and I was like, I need it for baby boy. And then I'm packing him, which is also PJs, but his going home outfit. I was gonna first do the bears as his going home outfit, and then I realized I still had this. This is from Pat, and this was actually Jude's going home outfit. So I thought it'd be cute if it was baby boy's going home outfit as well. And if we end up only staying in the hospital for 24 hours, I obviously won't be using 3 outfits. But if we end up staying a little longer, we're all set and I don't have to think about that. Actually, if I end up having a C-section, I might end up adding 1 more outfit just to be safe. But that's everything. Yeah. I think some people are like, oh, like I just want baby to stay in because I'm scared for birth. I'm ready. I'm ready for him to come out. I'm so uncomfortable at this point. Baby boy started off sitting so much lower than Jude and just like has gotten so low. Like I can feel him, like the pressure is constant. For the last like probably almost week now, I've had just, not a week, probably like, yeah, 4 or 5 days, I've had just like some slight cramping on and off. So I'm hoping that means he's coming sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I'm glad that I ended up filming another one of these, even though I was kind of debating it. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, say your prayers, say your manifestations to the universe, cross your fingers, whatever you like to do, that I will go into labor naturally and not have to get a C-section, and that I have a successful VBAC. And if I do, I'll obviously share my experience. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Bye.